Welcome to Holoflix Prospecting, the show where every single week we're going to be taking a look at baseball prospects and football quarterback prospects that are in college. Not NFL players, but prospects coming out of college. In today's show, we're going to evaluate all top 8 of the quarterbacks that are currently in the college football playoffs. Without further ado, let's get right into the show. I'm your host, Junior Pardo. You may know me best by my Twitter handle, SGC Finest, where I'm a part of the card community. All of the videos right here are going to be based around cards, not based around performance. Today's video is going to be different, however, because we do have to talk about the players' performance in college this year specifically and what gave them that ranking for the top 8 in the college football playoffs. At number 8, we're going to have the Georgia quarterback, Gunnar Stockton. The reason he's number 8 is simple. He just does not have the experience to be playing college football right now. He really has not played. He's only played 3 full games, and the stats right now reflects the playing time. Yes, he completed 78% of his passes, but he's only played 3 games. 75% versus top 25 teams, but again, he only played 3 games. Among the 8 quarterbacks left in the playoffs, he has the lowest QBR, and he also has the lowest rating. QBR 64.9, rating he has a 126 rating. He also has the lowest yards per game. For those of you who like to prospect, here are his strengths. He has quick release and enables him to get the ball out rapidly and evade pocket pressure. He has high football IQ and grasp of offensive concept from exposure to Georgia's pro-style system. That is going to come with Kirby Smart being at the helm. But again, we don't have a big enough sample size. For that reason, he goes at number 8. Now, his weaknesses. His extremely limited college experience, making it challenging to assess NFL readiness. We're not talking NFL, but that is true. How do we know who he is as a quarterback? He hasn't really shown anything. He's slightly undersized for an NFL quarterback at 6'1", potentially leading to visibility issues in the pocket. He's 6'1", 215 pounds. Now, his draft projection is going to be undrafted free agent, and his card prices right now are $23, and that is going to be for his Leaf Electron Prospect autograph. So for those of us who collect autograph cards from prospects, this is where you're going to find his prospect card, Leaf Electron Prospects autograph. At number 7, we have the Boise State quarterback, Maddox Madsen. He's 5'10", 203 pounds, and his draft projection is undrafted free agent. Right now, his card prices are $32, and that's going to be a card company that I've never heard of, and that is going to be Onit. Yes, ONIT. That's the card company right here. We can see his autograph Game Changer. Right now, you can find his autograph for $32. Why is he the number 7 ranked quarterback? Well, in my opinion, number 1, there's not one single legit scouting report anywhere in the internet for Maddox Madsen. Number 2, Boise State relies a lot on Ashton Jeanty, which in my opinion should have been the Heisman winner this year. It's not often you see a running back rush for 2,500 yards in a season where he barely played any games, any second half of the games rather. But his stats are 62% completion, 52% versus top 25 teams, 73.7 QBR, which ranks 27th in the nation, the rating of 143, which is 6th among the top 8 quarterbacks that we have right here. 208 yards per game, which is ranks 5th among the top 8 quarterbacks, among the 8 quarterbacks that we're talking about today. His strengths are he protects the football very well, only threw 3 interceptions this season. He's a dual threat quarterback who extends plays with his legs, allowing for his receivers to get open. Now, his weaknesses, as I said when I started talking about him, he depended too much on Ashton Jeanty. Jeanty's rushing abilities hid his flaws, and that is the truth. We don't know who Maddox Madsen is right now to say, oh, he is a quarterback that, can lead Boise to a national championship, for example, because we simply just don't know. Then another thing is he's slightly undersized for an NFL quarterback at 5'10", potentially leading to visibility issues in the pocket, much like Stockton. They're basically the same player. One has a higher ceiling because he plays for Georgia and under Kirby Smart. The other one plays in Boise, where Ashton Jeanty just had a magnificent season for a running back. So we don't really know who Maddox Madsen is. For that reason, he is going number 7 in my list. This is just my opinion. My opinion only, right? This is just my opinion. At number 6, we have Riley Leonard, quarterback for Notre Dame. He's 6'4", 216 pounds. That's very good. That's very good size for the next level, the NFL. His draft projection is 152nd overall pick. And right now, you can find his first Bowman autograph for $17. And this is for his base autograph. We're not talking number autographs right now. This is for his base autograph. You can find it for $17. Now, these are his numbers. 67% completion. 67% completion versus top 25 teams. 78.2 QBR, which ranks 16th in the nation. A rating of 139th, which ranked 7th among the 8 quarterbacks in this list. And 176 yards per game, which also ranks 7th. Now, he has a higher upside than Stockton and Madsen. I will give him that. Now, if you want to get into his numbers, into his strengths and weaknesses, he boasts next-level ball placement and arm talent, consistently connecting with targets in stride on vertical routes, has the football IQ to read and exploit defensive schemes, making plays even when things break down. That's great. But his weaknesses overshadow that. While possessing a toolbox of skills, he struggles with reading the full field at times. One thing it reminds me of is Justin Fields. When Justin Fields came into the league, into the NFL, he struggled reading defenses. So if that continues going forward for Riley Leonard, he's really going to struggle at the next level. Has instances of hanging his targets out to dry and not consistently leveraging his eyes to manipulate the secondary. Again, many NFL quarterbacks do this, and they get picked off like this. The NFL is not college football. But in college football, he is right now ranked number 6 in this list among the 8 quarterbacks in the playoffs. Again, guys, this is just my opinion. You let me know your thoughts below about my rankings. I may be wrong, but this is just the way I see it. Based on the numbers, based on the rating, the QBR, yards per game, this cat right here, Riley Leonard, comes in at number 6. This one may be a bit of a controversial pick right now, but at number 5, we have Quinn Ewers out of Texas. He's 6'2", 210 pounds. Draft projection is 70th overall, and his card prices are $50 for his base auto. Now, you can find his cards out of Panini Prism, Rated Prospect. That's his autograph right here. Why did I rank him 5? Based on his numbers alone. 66.5% completion, 64% versus top 25 teams, 82.7 QBR, which ranked 29th. That is the worst in this list other than Stockton. A rating of 148, which ranks 5th, just like the ranking I gave him, and 204 yards per game, which is 6th. This is the reason why I rank Quinn Ewers as the 5th best quarterback in the playoffs right now. And it sucks because it's controversial because he's supposed to be the 4th best quarterback in the draft, in the upcoming draft in 2025. But it is a controversial pick because Quinn Ewers was supposed to be this highly touted prospect coming out of Texas, out of high school in Texas, goes to Ohio State, sees very limited action over there, transfers back to Texas, and we really haven't seen Quinn Ewers be this quarterback, this 99 or 1,000 rated quarterback coming out of high school. Now let's take a look at his strengths. He shows poise in the pocket and ability to navigate pressure while keeping eyes downfield. Quick release allows him to get the ball out under pressure and fit passes into tight windows. And that is true. When Quinn Ewers is on, he's on. But let's look at his weaknesses right now. His inconsistent mechanics leads to accuracy issues, particularly when throwing off platform. tendency to rely too heavily on arm talent rather than maintaining sound footwork and delivery. And in the NFL at the next level, that will get him killed 9 out of 10 times. We're seeing CJ Stroud right now, how much he's struggling. That's who I would like to compare Quinn Ewers with. And we can see how CJ is having such a difficult time in his sophomore year. For that reason, Quinn Ewers right now is my 5th ranked quarterback. Like I said, this may be a controversial pick, but based on the numbers, based on his play this year, for me, it is not. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I want to know how you feel about me ranking Quinn Ewers as number 5 among the 8 quarterbacks left in the playoffs. Coming in at number 4, we have Drew Aller out of Penn State. He's 6'2", 235 pounds. Draft projection is 61st overall in next year's draft. Sorry, not next year's draft, 2026 draft. And his card prices right now for his base autographs are $40. I understand that is his refractor card, but for his base autograph, it's going to be $40. His numbers read the following: 68.5% completion, 58.8% versus top 25 teams, 80.5 QBR, which ranks 12th in the nation. His rating was 157.8, which ranks 4th. And he threw for 215 yards per game, which also ranks 4th. For that reason, Drew Aller comes in at number 4. Again, controversial. Drew Aller may not be better than Quinn Ewers. In the grand scheme of things, Drew Aller may not be better than Quinn Ewers, but the numbers for this year at least reflects that Drew Aller has been playing better than Quinn Ewers. So naturally, I have to place him at number 4. This is where he belongs right now among the 8 quarterbacks in the playoffs. We may disagree on this one, but that is where I rank Drew Aller. Now, let's look at his strength. Obviously, scouts love his frame. Prototypical NFL frame at 6'5", 243 pounds with the bulk to withstand Sunday punishment. Good pre-snap recognition, can read defenses and adjust protection at the line. Now, his weaknesses. Ball placement can be erratic, especially on deep shots where touch is required. Footwork can get sloppy under duress, leading to off-platform throws and accuracy issues. We're about to see if Penn State can really rely on Drew Aller to make a deep playoff run, meaning get to the national championship, getting past Boise State on Tuesday. We're about to find out, because ever since he came into the football spotlight at Penn State, everyone has been raving about him. So we're about to see what Penn State can do long-term with Drew Aller this year and next year, considering he's a 2026 prospect. Right now, you can find his cards at a 2022 Bowman U, and that is his first Bowman right there. Number 3 right now, we have Sam Levitt, the quarterback out of Arizona State. He stands at 6'2", 200 pounds. His draft projection is 63rd overall pick. His card prices are $35, and that again is for his Leaf Electrum prospects. And I used this card right here because I couldn't find any base cards of his. So for his purple, I don't know if it's a number card. I'm not too sure about these cards. I usually don't mess with Leaf products too much. But for this card right here specifically, you can find it for $35 for his autograph. Now, let's take a look at his numbers for this year. His completion percentage was 63.2. Then he had a 63.8 versus top 25 teams. Then he had an 81.7 QBR, which ranked 10th best in the nation. His rating was 159.3, which was 3rd overall in the nation. And among these quarterbacks, his rating was 159.5, which is 3rd among the top 8, among the 8 quarterbacks in the playoffs right now. He also had 229 yards per game, which also ranks 3rd among the 8 quarterbacks in this list right now. His strength, for those of you who like the scouting report, from a physical standpoint, a prototypical modern day quarterback, which at 6'2", 200 pounds, I don't see how that's prototypical modern day NFL quarterback, because we have, players like Josh Allen, who is 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", and scouts fell in love with him, even though he was not performing at the beginning stages of his career. Let's keep going with the scouting report. He's a dual threat quarterback with athletic footwork and mobility, instinctive runner with very good toughness. Those are his strengths. Now, for his weaknesses, his mechanics are a hit or miss as he struggles to remain consistent. His stride is inconsistent, leading to sporadic accuracy. His arm strength is decent but less than ideal. He lacks a little zip, and accuracy becomes an issue when he's unable or unwilling to set his feet. So keep that in mind when buying his cards, if you're going to buy his cards. Right now, I don't recommend buying his cards. One, because I don't think he's there yet, and two, because I don't think he has any licensed products right now. But that is up to you. I'm just here to rank the top quarterbacks in the playoffs right now. What do you think about Sam Levitt? Is that somebody that you're interested in buying? Let me know in the comments. Will you buy his cards? Will you not? Will you wait for his first Bowman? Will you wait for his licensed cards? If you will, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Other than Quinn Ewers, I think this is going to be the most controversial pick of them all, or rather ranking of them all. Ranked at number 2, I have Will Howard out of Ohio State. He stands at 6'4", 235 pounds. His draft projections is undrafted free agent, but his first Bowman card right now goes for $25. Yes, I understand. Draft projection is undrafted free agent, yet I ranked him at number 2. Why did I do that? Well, I did that because I'm not thinking about NFL. I'm thinking about the season. I'm thinking about college football playoffs right now, this year. I'm thinking about what he has done this year in college football. And the numbers speak for themselves. 73% completion, 78% completion versus top 25 teams, 85.8 QBR, which is third best in the entire nation. Rating is 173.5, which is first among the 8 quarterbacks in the playoffs right now. 244 yards per game, which ranks second among the 8 quarterbacks in the playoffs right now. That's why I have Will Howard at number 2. I understand his projection is undrafted free agent. That sucks a lot because I am an Ohio State fan. And this is me being unbiased. This is me, not me being biased. This is me just going based on the numbers. I understand that he may not make it to the NFL, but the NFL is not what counts right here. We're talking about college football. We're talking about the college football season and the college football playoffs. Will Howard is the second best quarterback in the playoffs right now. For those of you who want to see the scouting report, here we go. Efficiency in running option plays, demonstrating quick decision-making and burst. Effective arm strength with good velocity on short and medium range throws. Now, his weaknesses are he can become erratic under pressure, sometimes dropping his eyes and making hurried decisions. And we saw that against Oregon October 12th. That was one of the things that hurt Will Howard in that game, that hurt Ohio State, and eventually led to losing by Will Howard. That same situation right there. He lacks elite deep ball velocity, making it difficult to consistently hit long passes. And that is true. Oftentimes, I see the best wide receivers in college having to slow down because Will Howard underthrew them, and Emeka Egbuka and J.J. Smith have to slow down to readjust to get to the football. That is one thing against Will Howard that even Buckeye fans understand. But we still love him nonetheless because of what he's been able to accomplish this year at Ohio State. For that reason, he is my number 2 ranked in this top 8 of quarterbacks in the playoffs, in the college football playoffs. And at number 1, we have Oregon Ducks' own Dillon Gabriel. He stands at 6 foot tall, 200 pounds. His draft projection is 114th overall pick. His card prices are $45 for his base autograph first Bowman University. Dillon Gabriel has had a fantastic season with the Ducks. His stats, they speak for themselves, much like Will Howard. 73% completion, 69% completion versus top 25 teams, 86.7 QBR, which ranks second in the nation. His rating is 166.6, which is second among the 8 quarterbacks in the playoffs. He averages 274 yards per game, which is first among the quarterbacks in this list. His strengths: he exhibits high football IQ with the ability to diagnose and exploit defensive coverages. Plus level mental processing allows for rapid pre-snap reads and post-snap progressions, which is true. Dillon Gabriel has one of the fastest releases in college football right now. I think I read is somewhere like maybe he's like second or third in all of college football with how fast he releases the football. So he's got that going for him. Now, his weaknesses. Then there's one more weakness I'm going to add to this. Below average physical measure for the position raised concern about durability at the next level, which is true. He lacks the elite zip necessary for certain NFL caliber throws. That's true. That is true. But one more thing to Dillon Gabriel is the fact that he is 25 years old. He is the oldest quarterback in this list, along with Will Howard. But which is ironic because the two oldest quarterbacks in this list are the two best performing quarterbacks. And that's because they've had more time playing. They have more snaps. They play more games. So their games are far better than the rest of the competition right now in the playoffs. So that's why I have them ranked at number 1 and number 2. What do you think of Dillon Gabriel being ranked number 1 in my list? Again, I'm a nobody. I could be wrong. I want to know your opinion. Your opinion is the one that matters. Let me know in the comments. What do you think of this ranking that I put together for you guys of the 8 quarterbacks right now currently in the college football playoffs? Because I think Dillon Gabriel is very well deserves the number 1 spot, just like Will Howard deserves the number 2 spot. What are your thoughts about my top 8 quarterbacks in the college football playoffs right now? Is there someone that you disagree with? Did I rank somebody too high? Did I rank somebody too low? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you like this kind of content, please subscribe, share this content with a friend or family, and hit the bell icon so you know every single time I post a video. I post videos weekly. I just started this last week. So moving forward, I'm going to be posting videos weekly about prospects in baseball and prospects in football, specifically quarterbacks. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for showing support. And I'll see you next week when I'll be bringing you guys the top most underrated prospects in baseball right now. Thank you for tuning in, and until next week.